Gonna be ready to go. Sound is on, and there's the video. Okay, so welcome to Daily Deltarune Boss challenge number 158. We just get the cans out of the way because it's gonna be. I'm gonna avoid doing that. So, yesterday was eventful, but we're gonna go past that. God freaking damn it. Teammates can heal, but no support. This is the second time, by the way. The second time. Yeah, it's top tier. It's still gonna take an hour. Well, the reason I died to the climbing sequence the last time was because I had literally 0 HP. It's not gonna be the case this time. Yeah, I have to use that file though, because, yeah. Okay, well, since we're going for this, I can use the teammates to heal. That does mean I can, like, have Susie be the main healer, and Ralsei will do the damage, so I can optimize the damage for Ralsei. That being said, do I even have Power Band? I think I only got one Power Band on this file, so... do I have... I don't have anything that is 2, so I guess I'm gonna take the Princess Ribbon. I'm gonna maximize magic for Susie though, so we're gonna go with the Mystic Band here. And yeah, that should be good to go. Yeah. Yeah, that means, well, I can use dual heal and greater heal, but I can't use the unleash. That's gonna be annoying. But it should take a while. Again, this is probably gonna take like an hour. That's pretty much the amount of time it took last time. I'm pretty sure it was top tier back then too. And for the record, I don't think I have Puppet Scarf on this file. And I'd rather have Dealmaker on Susie for more magic. Hey, Sluxay. Yeah, Titan with Solo Ralsei. It's gonna be fun. Gonna take an hour. No, Slug and Jug, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about yesterday. Yeah, only Ralsei. So you know what? I think I'm gonna rename the stream to beating the Titan with only Ralsei again. Well, I guess it's not as interesting as last time. Because last time they had 0. I think they were knocked out, so... Yeah, even in vacation, he just keeps playing Space Simulator. I mean, I'm no better. I just like got VIP a second time on my old account. So what does that say about me? Here I am about to spend another like 45 minutes at least relentlessly attacking the Titan with a goddamn scarf. Imagine fighting an embodiment of pure darkness with just a scarf. Piece of cloth. I mean, the only reason I had interest in playing was because I wanted to get VIP again, so yeah. Anyway. Personally, I'm still like only a moderate player. Like, at least I didn't have enough credits to get the full deflector shield on release. Unlike some people here. Wait, that's too far for me to jump. That's 4 tiles, not 3. What am I doing? I can take it. I took it. Well, NK, that's just because you don't play that much. You barely play anymore. And yeah, I know about George Not Found. I've been, like, since I watched Dreams videos a while back, I know about George and the rest of, like, the friends and all that. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Number Block. You had the level 10 deflector shield on release. Like, how do you have the patience to rank so many credits for the deflector shield even before it was released? Like, how did you keep the motivation to even play the game for that long? Alright, I think I do deal more damage than last time, because I think I had, like, Fiber Scarf or something, so 94 damage, that's still gonna take a long time. Because I do have to deal 10,000 damage, so it's gonna take over 100 turns. But this, I think this should be shorter than the first time, because I think I wasn't dealing as much damage. Yeah, 7 people watching me suffer. I think it peaked at 10 the first time I did this. But I mean, what's so entertaining about seeing someone fighting the Titan for like almost an hour? I get that you guys enjoy my suffering, but you know. Actually, wait, I did take some damage, so there's a good chance to see how effective the heal is. Okay, well, that was a max heal. I didn't even grind Susie's heal that much on this file. I did use it a few times on the slide, but that's it. Yeah, at least I can revive, so it should be faster than last. I don't have to waste turns healing with just rousing. And I could increase the damage, so yeah, it should be better. So I think I did have top tier last time too, but I couldn't use like power bands because the damage would have been too high. Well, I would have been taking too much damage. I didn't want to be too vulnerable. You know, this feels like a waste of TP, but then again, I can't use Unleash, so... It's not intraday, you're just here to see me suffer. And I guess in a way I must be enjoying suffering too, because I keep putting myself through this. Well, I'm not allowed to use Unleash. Teammates are only allowed to heal. I'm not allowed to use Unleash in the fight. This is why it's gonna take so long. I gotta stop. I guess I'm too used to having Susie solo, so I'm trying to use busters, but I still defend with Susie, so I don't even know what's going on in my mind when I'm doing this. Or maybe like with the X slashes yesterday. But then again, there is defending, so I don't know why I'm doing it. This is insane? Yes, it is insane. You know what's more insane? The fact this is the second time I'm doing this. Say is one shot. 135, not bad, and it's not even maxed yet. Does mean I should be able to get Rousey back up if he gets knocked out. Yeah, without Puppet Scarf. But I don't have Puppet Scarf on this file, I think, so... I could have used it otherwise. But I have the Scarf mark, so it should be fine. I think it's 6 damage. 6 attack instead of the 10 from Puppet Scarf. So it's not like that big of a increase. And I do have a power band, so... It's not all bad. It could have been worse, honestly. The fact that I got top tier items is gonna save me a lot of trouble, because if it was low tier, God, that would be taking a while. Because I will have to use Fiber Scarf, and if I use the Power Band, that would be all of the damage the increased damage I can get. It still worked, but it would take even longer. How much HP do I need to take off? 10,500. So it's gonna take like 120 turns or so, because like even with perfect accuracy, it would be over 100. But I miss by 1 frame sometimes, and it's only 75 damage. So at most, this would be like I don't know. I could do the calculation, but I'm kind of trying to stay focused. 75, that's 354 turns. It's 105. So 4 turns and 35, so that's 140. Okay, so maximum 140 turns. Minimum like 110 or something. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is why people usually use Unleash during the fight. It's fine. Look, we're already 20% of the way there. Wait, I don't have it on this file. I couldn't have used Devil's Knife. For Susie. It does give a little bit more magic, so it would have made the heal more efficient. Yeah, I'm gonna make her heal herself. 143. It's getting a bit high. I'm not going to be able to crack the numbers this time. It was close. Yeah, no temporary buff items. This is something, you know, because like there's usually potions or stuff in RPGs, but there's nothing for this. It's only like the armor and stuff. But then again, I don't think like the battles are the main focus of Deltarune. It's mostly like the story that matters. Yeah, that's not an English laughing, kid. That's just a Freddy laugh. Hola, is that Freddy Fazbear? Ah, I almost cracked it up. That's a rich guy laugh. Oh, well, there goes Ralsei. Well, that's one turn lost. What a shame. Oh wait, that's gonna be 2. I can't even heal right now. No. Major time loss. I've wasted so much time. Chad, am I a fraud? There's no real benefit to destroying the hand. It doesn't even like take it off for the next turn, which I think is a bit of a shame actually. Towards like the face attack from Spent and Heal. And it doesn't even give any extra treasure, which is a bit of a shame actually. Honestly, there's a lot of wasted potential with that attack. Because yeah, it could have either like removed the hand for the next time the attack goes similar to Spent and Heal space, or you could have had extra treasure from breaking a hand. So it was a bit of a shame, especially since like the later phases, the hands are harder to break because they retract faster. But I guess it's just cool to be able to break the hand entirely, and it does give like, it makes it easier because like less of those little black projectiles spawn. So. Oh, so you consider me a fraud, NK? Don't you think that's a bit ironic of you to say that? Calling me a fraud? Yeah, 60 damage. You know that normally it's like 90 at most, but it's supposed to be 90, but you always have at least 2 defense points, so it gets to like 84, I think. 84 is the maximum you can get from this. Well, yeah, I asked and you answered, but it's a bit ironic of you to say that, to give that answer, considering you basically glaze another fraud. We could talk about that if you want. It's your call. What do you mean by vertically ambitious? Yeah, I mean, I would argue that Gerson has more aura. Just for neck diffing the Titan, honestly. Plus, it's pretty... How do I put this? It's pretty, like, obvious. I don't know why I was looking for the word there. It's pretty obvious that Gerson is holding back during the fight against 2Z, so... Oh, wait, because of the... Oh, sorry, I got confused for a second. Yeah, bro is a pile of dust in a drawer, yeah, in the light world. I bet once we figure out that who the knight is, we can say the same thing about the knight in the light world. Assuming it's Des, the knight is basically a walking corpse in the light world. You can't argue that the only reason Gerson has aura is because he's in the dark world, considering it's probably the same thing with the knight. I doubt the knight has a lot of aura in the light world. I guess it wouldn't be a walking corpse if, because like monsters turn to dust. Unless there's another human, but like that's a whole other theory. Why would Kara do this? Michael Afton? But why would Michael Afton be the one to try and cause the roaring? Like, even in the FNAF lore, Michael is the one trying to undo his father's work, so it wouldn't even, like, make sense for him to try and cause the end of the world. You could have said William Afton, sure, why not, but then again, I guess the knight would be purple. also, like, you don't have to have the strength to carry a car to be able to lift someone who can carry a car. That's not how it works. And yeah, you could definitely argue that, you know, if Undyne has that much strength, she should be able to fight back. But, I don't know. Hold on, there's a weird one. Give me a second. There's a bug making some noise in my, in like a can or something. Look, I don't know what to tell you, okay? It's just, until we actually see the night in the light world, we can't prove that they actually have aura there. Plus, it's not really aura just because they can carry Undyne. That does mean they should have like some level of strength, but that's it. That doesn't mean aura. Well, I certainly hope that Azrael isn't the Roaring Knight. Because, like, even if, like, there's a connection with Chris, I don't know, that feels a bit big. Plus, would Azrael really be willing to, like, take Toriel? Even Chris seems to be somewhat reluctant to the Knight taking Toriel, so I don't know. There's nothing that says what Ralsei is in the light world. A lot of people theorize that Ralsei is Chris's horn headband, because like Chris was wearing fake horns because they wanted to imitate Azrael, and some people suspect that this is what Ralsei is in the light world, but there's no like definitive proof of what Azrael is. I guess, like, the chapter 1 theory was that Ralsei is piles of Azrael's dust. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, even if technically Azrael could be the Knight, like, the motive doesn't really fit, I think. At least I don't think it does. Oh hey, we're past halfway there. We're only halfway there. Yes, he and Des were good friends, but, like, I don't know. It could, like, it's, oh wait, I actually did it. It could be, but I honestly don't know. Like, there's no way to actually know who the Knight is, so we just have to stick to that for now. Is the same in the light world and the dark world. I'm not sure the armor is actually like the same in the dark world. Bro, I just did it again. What am I doing? Like, we know that Asgore has a black shard too, but it's like shadow crystals basically become somewhat of a piece of glass, so And there's, plus, even if, like, the appearance is similar, there's nothing that proves that the knight's armor is actually of the same material as the Black Knife. So, yeah. It's like, when you think about it, Chris's sword is a pencil. Susie's is a like hairbrush, I think. And and since the song for the night is called Black Knife, you would assume that it is a black knife. So it could be some sort of material that stays basically keeps the same properties between the light and dark world, similar to the shadow crystals, but without like having the whole body being covered in it. Yeah, the Black Shard has the same description, but it's a shattered piece of the Black Knife, but that doesn't mean that it still doesn't mean like the whole armor is the same. Although there is a chance, like, I think it's pretty weird that the Black Shard, like, it cuts up as a small piece when you leave the night, but then it becomes big enough to actually act as Chris's sword, which also would make sense if the size was about the same as a pencil. So why would it have like a small size at first, but then extend? It's, I don't know. Because I highly doubt that Chris is actually fighting with something that's basically the size of their, like about the size of their hand. That seems a little bit odd. Why would Asgore have a Black Shard? No, I don't think Asgore has fought the Knight. I just think it's part of, like, there is something related to Carol Holiday that makes it so that Asgore has a Black Shard. It's like, we know that Asgore is, like, has a lot of debts about his workshop, and he tries to, like, somewhat pay them off by doing the chores in the holiday house. And obviously he was good friends with them before, but I don't know. I think the reason he has a Black Shard is probably something related to Carol. I just don't know what the extent is. Well, there's nothing that says that the Knight is actually the one handling the Shadow Crystals. It does seem probable, but it's, we don't know if the Knight is the one creating them. Maybe they're only just the carrier. There is one theory that I pretty much agree on, is that the Knight is meant to carry like the Shadow Crystals to the bosses, and the reason they dropped it in Chapter 3 is actually because they were trying to carry it to the boss of Chapter 3, and the Shadow Crystal, I suspect that a lot of people do, would actually have been to Ram. The wired, wait, what are their names again? Like the blood people from Chapter 2, I forgot their names. The ones that turn into werewires. I forgot their names. But, yeah, the main theory was that Ram was actually, like, lore speaking, supposed to be the Chapter 3 Shadow Crystal boss. But the Knight didn't have time. Why did I do that? But the Knight didn't have time to actually give the Shadow Crystal. They ended up being the one carrying it, and because they thought, they dropped it. It's like, it's not part of the Black Shard, it's a separate item, so they're two different items. No, Shadow Crystals and Black Shards aren't the same thing, because you give the Shadow Crystal to Sham after the Knight fight, but you keep the Black Shard. they're actually different things. Oh, what did I didn't mean to do that, by the way. I'm just wasting turns at this point. I'm fumbling. But no, they're not the same thing. The main theory is that the knight just dropped the shadow crystal when the black shark was broken. The black knight. I mean, I guess they could have something to do with determination. I mean, can they? Like, the power to create dark fountains doesn't come from like a black shark, because Chris was able to create a fountain even with just a regular knife, and so did Susie. You just need to power your determination into the sharp object to open a fountain. I don't know if black sharks are related to that, or shadow crystals. Yeah, well, there's no shot I actually attack with Chris or Susie, and even if I do, I can just whip the attack on purpose. There's no defense reduction during the fight, well, aside from Unleash, but it's a different thing. So there's no chance that I deal damage with a whiffed attack. Okay, we're 2/3 of the way there. Should be like 15 minutes left or something. But yeah, Ram had all of the attributes to be a Shadow Crystal boss. You know, he's the one that talks a lot about freedom. He's a little out of place compared to some of the other characters, and he's the one that leads you to the sword rounding anyway, so there's a chance that the knight didn't have time to give the Shadow Crystal. Because I also believe that we were not meant to fight the knight in chapter 3, story-wise, I mean. There's a lot of there's a lot of lore around it, but basically, there's a good chance that the second hero of the prophecy was not meant to be Susie, but Noelle. And because of that, Susie kind of breaks the prophecy, and she's the one that challenges the knight at the end of chapter 3. So there's a good chance we were not meant to fight the knight in chapter 3, because like even Susie's presence in Chris's house is probably caused a change of plans. So we were not meant to fight the knight early. That's what I keep saying, that I think the knight is going to be the boss of chapter 6 or something. It's so that's why like they're the one that drops the Shadow Crystal. I actually like thought a lot about the theories and everything, but yeah. Yeah, no, Ralsei is not a Titan. I don't think, at least. He's probably not your average Darkner, but I don't think he's a Titan. There are a lot of things that say that, like, that prove that at least Ralsei is not an average Darkner. Like the fact he can exist in basically any dark fountain without turning to stone. The fact he basically teleports between dark worlds as well. And I don't have any other ideas right now, but there's a lot of things that show that Ralsei is not your typical Darkner. But a Titan, I don't know, that seems a bit far-stretched. Far-fetched. Yeah. It's a bit of a stretch. guess it could be a manifestation of darkness from the fountains, but again, that's... I don't know. It's possible. That would explain why he's the only Darkner in the castle town at first. Who knows? Well, do Titans actually have no conscience, or is it just this one because it's basically a newborn? It's a hatchling. This is a Titan hatchling, by the way. Even if it's like, well, Ralsei does say like they only exist to destroy, but do they actually have no conscience at all? Or is it just because this one is a hatchling? The reason he's called a prince is just because he's a bit young to be a king. It's like he does seem basically like a teenager, even if like it's probably ambiguous, like the age of a Darkner and whatnot. But when you take into consideration the fact that he definitely looks like a teenager, like Chris and Susie, about the same age. So, and even though I know it's possible for a teenager to be king, it's probably just like for he doesn't feel like he should be king at this age. And yeah, I know that there can be like teen kings. Like I'm French. We had a whole monarchy. We did have a lot of monarchy and basically kings at a very young age. So I know it's possible, but still. At all. I don't know, he has a castle, is that good enough? And I know it doesn't have to be a royal castle, but still. Nope, I was about to do it again. Are we there yet? I think we're like, we're close. I was at like 57% HP, so, and I have to reach 50% HP, so we're getting close. Yeah, 57%, I have to reach 50, so we're almost there. There's 15% of the HP left, basically. The HP I need to deal, the damage I need to deal. Actually makes me take more damage than I should. Yes, he is a Dark Prince, but again, why the title of Prince is what we're talking about. Because technically Lancer is also a Dark Prince, just different, but... Which is a little bit weird considering he's supposed to be the Jack of Spades, but then again... And yeah, I guess he... Well, actually, now that I think about it, Lancer does become king when they overthrow King, so... It's funny also the fact that he's still called king, despite the fact that he's not the king anymore. I guess he's still the king of spades, but... not even a king anymore in the Dark World. Yeah, the Chapter 2 Castletown theme is pretty cool. It's still, like, chill, but it's warm. I think I do prefer the Chapter 2 Castletown over Castle Funk. But it's still, like, yeah. I think I do prefer the Chapter 2. It's definitely more, chill, more peaceful. There's still a sense of, like, loneliness, because there's still not a lot of people. But it's pleasant. Yeah, no, he's not a prince of the dark. He's a prince from the dark. Yeah. Ralsei being the one to say, "No, Gerson, you can't neck-diff a Titan." And then he proceeds to, well, I wouldn't say neck-diff the Titan, because he still got knocked down once. And he keeps relying on Susie to heal him. But I still did it once with just him. So he definitely could. Who needs the power of the player when you just got a goat boy with a scarf? No black shard or soul power required. You don't need to borrow the power of a trans-dimensional being, because that's basically what we are for them. 52%. We're almost there. Only a couple of attacks left. Like 4 or 5. Final stretch. Titan's a fraud. You know who else got defeated by a pink scarf and could be considered a fraud? How much HP is missing? Well, there's 2% left, so... But it does get rounded, so like 300 maybe? Although I guess it's about to be 51% now, so it's going to be 210. So I think 3 more attacks and it should be over. Get knocked out now, that would be a shame. One more? Nope, never mind, there it is. That's yeah, this Titan is a fraud because he's a newborn, but yeah. And don't worry, this is the end. There is no way for me to die right now. It hasn't been an hour left. But it's still a hatchling. And yet, you know what's funny? It actually was faster than the last time. Oh, I'm gonna negative that Titan. Yeah. Yeah, 2 hours of work all for the Titan to regenerate that in like less than a minute. Whack. Whack. Oh, he can still attack actually. So I guess I could die. Well, no, because Gerson can heal me. So. Whack. I'm gonna keep whacking. Just until it regenerates again. See, I was missing on that. I was missing with a 10 times damage multiplier, by the way, for no unleash. It's like the Titan takes half damage when the shield is up, but 5 times more damage when the shield is down, compared to regular damage. So there is a 10 times damage difference when you have Unleash compared to when you don't. If you do have the Black Shard, the multiplier is different. It's actually 3 times the normal damage when the shield is up, and 10 times the usual damage when the shield is down. If you think that's high, wait until you see the maximum damage you can do with Chris. By abusing the fact that defense reduces after a while during this fight. Don't worry, it's almost over. I'm just doing this for fun, because, you know, I've been here for an hour. I might as well have some fun with the increased damage. Even if Ralsei gets knocked out, it's fine. Person can pull up candy. See? Look. We're fine. This time, we're actually fine. Yeah, now it regenerates. Basically all of the damage I did, by the way. Well, time to end this. So yeah, that took a while. It was, I'm not gonna say fun doing this a second time, but it was interesting, and faster than last time at least, so yeah, that's gonna be it for today. And I'm not going to do another fight compared to the other day, because I feel like this one was definitely long enough. So thank you for watching, and